Theresa Caputo, renowned for her spiritual gift and charismatic presence on the hit television show Long Island Medium, recently stepped into an entirely new role: wedding officiant. The beloved medium, known for connecting people with their departed loved ones, officiated the wedding of two of her most devoted fans in an unforgettable ceremony filled with love, laughter, and heartfelt connections. For years, Emily Davis and Christopher Russo followed Theresa Caputo's career, attending her live events and watching every episode of her show. What made their bond with Theresa unique was the transformative role she played in their relationship. "Theresa helped me heal after the loss of my mom," Emily shared. "Her readings taught me how to process grief and embrace love in all its forms. When Chris and I got engaged, we knew we wanted her to be a part of our special day." The couple reached out to Theresa with a heartfelt letter detailing their journey and connection to her work. To their surprise, she not only responded but agreed to officiate their wedding. Theresa, a certified wedding officiant, took her new role seriously. She worked closely with Emily and Chris to create a personalized ceremony that blended tradition with spirituality. "I wanted the ceremony to reflect their love story while honoring the people they've lost," Theresa explained. "It's not just about celebrating their union. It's about acknowledging the presence of loved ones who couldn't be there physically but are with us in spirit." The ceremony took place on a crisp autumn afternoon at a scenic vineyard in Long Island, Theresa's home turf. Guests were greeted with a warm ambience featuring fairy lights, floral arrangements, and subtle nods to the couple's shared passion for the spiritual. Theresa opened the ceremony with a moving speech, recounting how Emily and Chris's love story had touched her. She then incorporated a unique spiritual element, a moment of silence and a candle-lighting ritual to honor the couple's departed loved ones. "It felt like my mom was there," Emily said, holding back tears. Theresa made that connection tangible. In a surprise twist, Theresa performed a brief reading during the ceremony. Emily's late mother and Chris's grandmother both came through, delivering messages of love and blessings for the couple's future. "Emily, your mom wants you to know how proud she is of the woman you've become," Theresa said during the reading. "And Chris, your grandmother says she's been watching over you, and she's thrilled about the man you've chosen to be with." The emotional moment left not a dry eye in the audience. Following the ceremony, guests enjoyed a lively reception filled with music, dancing, and heartfelt toasts. Theresa, ever the entertainer, mingled with attendees, sharing anecdotes and even performing impromptu readings for some guests. "She's so genuine," said one attendee. "She doesn't just show up for the cameras, she really cares about people." For Theresa, officiating the wedding was a deeply rewarding experience. "It was an honor to be part of such an important day in Emily and Chris's lives," she said. "Love is the most powerful energy, and witnessing their bond was truly inspiring. As for the newlyweds, they couldn't have been happier. Theresa didn't just officiate our wedding, she made it magical," Emily said. "It was everything we dreamed of and more." News of Theresa's foray into wedding officiating quickly spread, with fans flooding social media with praise and admiration. "This is why we love Theresa," one fan tweeted. "She goes above and beyond for her fans." Another wrote, "Imagine having the Long Island Medium officiate your wedding and connect you with your loved ones. That's incredible." With this successful wedding under her belt, Theresa hinted at the possibility of officiating more ceremonies in the future. "If it feels right and aligns with my purpose, I'd absolutely do it again," she said. For now, Theresa continues to focus on her work as a medium, bringing comfort and closure to those seeking connections with the beyond. Theresa Caputo's journey as a wedding officiant is a testament to her unwavering commitment to spreading love and healing. By officiating Emily and Chris's wedding, she not only united two people in marriage, but also brought together the spiritual and physical worlds in a way only she can. However, Theresa Caputo, the beloved medium known for her empathetic nature and spiritual gift, recently provided solace to a grieving woman whose life was shattered by a sudden and tragic loss. The intimate and emotional session unfolded in Theresa's Long Island home, capturing the profound impact of love, loss, and the power of spiritual connection. 26-year-old Sarah Mitchell had been planning her future with her boyfriend Michael Torres. The young couple had dreams of traveling the world, buying a house, and starting a family. But those dreams came to a halt when Michael was killed in a car accident caused by a drunk driver. Sarah, who was in the passenger seat, survived with minor injuries, but the emotional scars ran deep. "He was my soulmate, my everything," she shared. "I felt like a part of me died with him that night. Months after the accident, Sarah struggled to move forward. Therapy helped, but she still felt an unshakable void. On the advice of a friend, she reached out to Theresa Caputo, hoping for closure. "I didn't know if I believed in mediums," Sarah admitted, "but I was desperate for some kind of sign that Michael was still with me." Sarah arrived at Theresa's Long Island home with mixed emotions: hope, skepticism, and overwhelming grief. Theresa greeted her warmly, immediately sensing the weight of her pain. "You're carrying so much on your shoulders," Theresa said, "but know that you don't have to carry it alone." Theresa began the session by explaining her process, emphasizing that she doesn't summon spirits, they come to her. Within moments, she felt Michael's presence. Theresa described Michael as a young man with a contagious smile and a kind heart, which brought Sarah to tears. "He's showing me a road," Theresa continued, "and I'm feeling an overwhelming sense of love and regret." Michael's message came through clearly. "Tell her I'm sorry I couldn't protect her that night. I need her to know it wasn't her fault." Sarah broke down, overwhelmed by the validation. "I've been blaming myself," she confessed. "I kept thinking, if only I had told him to take a different route." Theresa reassured her. "Michael wants you to let go of that guilt. He's showing me a future for you, a life filled with happiness. He wants you to live for both of you." As the session continued, Theresa shared more specific details that left no doubt in Sarah's mind that Michael was present. "He's mentioning something about a tattoo," Theresa said. Sarah nodded, pulling up her sleeve to reveal a tattoo of Michael's initials and the date they met. "I got this after he passed," she explained. Theresa smiled. "He loves it. He says, 'You're carrying me with you, but don't let it hold you back.' He wants you to know he's proud of you." For Sarah, the session marked a turning point in her grief. "Hearing from Michael gave me a sense of peace I didn't think was possible," she said. "I feel like I can finally start to heal." Theresa, too, felt the significance of the encounter. "Every reading is unique, but this one was special," she reflected. "It's an honor to help people find closure and reconnect with their loved ones." Theresa's gift goes beyond simply delivering messages from the other side. Her compassionate approach helps people process their grief and find a path forward. "It's not just about connecting with those who've passed," she explained. "It's about helping the living find peace and purpose." Word of Sarah's experience with Theresa quickly spread, inspiring others to seek comfort in their own journeys of loss. "Grief is universal," Theresa said. "We all experience it in some form, but knowing we're not alone can make all the difference." Months after her session with Theresa, Sarah has begun to rebuild her life. She started volunteering with organizations that support victims of drunk driving and has found new ways to honor Michael's memory. "I feel like he's guiding me," she said, "and I know he'd want me to live fully." Theresa's fans continue to praise her for her ability to bring light to the darkest moments. Social media buzzed with support for Sarah and admiration for Theresa's work. "Theresa Caputo is a blessing to this world," one fan tweeted. "She doesn't just give readings, she gives hope." Another wrote, "The way she helps Sarah shows why she's the real deal. It's not just a TV show, it's a lifeline for so many people." For Theresa, stories like Sarah's fuel her passion for her work. "Helping people heal is my purpose," she said. "Whether it's through a reading, a live event, or a conversation, I'm here to remind people that love never dies." As she continues to touch lives with her gift, Theresa remains a beacon of hope for those navigating the complexities of loss and love. However, in a once-in-a-lifetime crossover, beloved stars from some of the most iconic sitcoms of all time gathered for a special session with Theresa Caputo, the Long Island medium. These comedic powerhouses, known for their ability to bring laughter to millions, sought something deeper: emotional closure, spiritual insight, and connections with loved ones from the other side. The emotional and entertaining session unfolded at Theresa's Long Island home, blending the hilarity of sitcom stardom with the poignant moments that only Theresa can deliver. Theresa greeted her star-studded guests with her signature warmth and charisma. "I'm used to being around cameras," she joked, "but this feels like a sitcom episode waiting to happen." The group immediately felt at ease, with Fran Drescher quipping, "Honey, if anyone can connect me with my grandmother, it's you." The room erupted in laughter, setting the tone for an unforgettable session. Theresa started with John Stamos, who had recently opened up about his Greek heritage and the influence of his late grandfather, or Papu. "I'm seeing an older man with a strong presence," Theresa began. "He's saying, 'You carry our family's spirit.' Does that make sense?" John's eyes filled with tears as he nodded. "That's my Papu. He always said I was the heart of the family. Theresa continued, he's proud of the way you honor your roots, especially through your son. He's saying, you're teaching him to be proud of who he is. John smiled through his tears. This is exactly what I needed to hear. Fran Drescher was next, eager to connect with her beloved grandmother. Theresa described an older woman with a feisty personality who loved to cook. She's showing me a pot of soup, Theresa said. Fran gasped. That's my grandmother. Her chicken soup was famous. She used to say it could cure anything. Theresa laughed. She's saying, you don't make it right. The room burst into laughter, with Fran replying, she's right, I always mess it up. Kelsey Grammer, known for his portrayal of the intellectual and occasionally pompous Frasier Crane, approached the reading with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Theresa connected him with his late sister, whose tragic passing had deeply impacted his life. She's showing me a lighthouse, Theresa said. She's saying, I've always been your guide. Kelsey's usually composed demeanor softened as he wiped away a tear. She always called me her rock, but I never realized she thought of herself as my guide. Lisa Kudrow's reading took an unexpected turn when Theresa connected her with a childhood friend who had passed away young. He's showing me a notebook, Theresa said. Something about sharing ideas? Lisa gasped. We used to write stories together. He always said I'd make people laugh someday. Theresa smiled. He's saying, you've made the world laugh, Lisa. You did it. As the readings continued, the group bonded over shared experiences and light-hearted banter. Tim Allen, ever the comedian, joked, so Theresa, can you tell me if I'll get another season of Home Improvement in the afterlife? Theresa laughed. Your dad is saying, you don't need another season. You've already built a legacy. The room roared with laughter, encapsulating the unique blend of humor and heart that defined the day. By the end of the session, each star left with a sense of closure and connection. Fran Drescher summed it up best. Theresa doesn't just connect us with the other side. She reminds us how much love surrounds us, in life and beyond. The group posed for a photo with Theresa, each holding an object symbolizing their reading. For Fran, it was a ladle, for John, a family photo, for Lisa, an old notebook. Theresa Caputo's session with Sitcom legends proved to be more than a meeting of stars. It was a powerful reminder of the universality of love and loss. While these actors have brought laughter to millions, they also showed vulnerability and strength in their emotional journeys. As Theresa reflected on the experience, she said, no matter how famous you are, we all long for connection. Today was a beautiful reminder that love truly never dies. Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Sabrina. Hope your day is so well. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel.